drive, you're in the zone. Places come, hearts that care. Two good friends always there. The sunlight in your mind, peace and hope you're sure to find. We'll take CJ and Jester, talking truth and pressure. Every Tuesday, 10 to noon, we're holding space just for you. Take that, take your time. We're here to read your mind. Take 5, you're not alone. See, they and Jester bring you home. It's okay to not be okay. Let's talk it out, don't drift away. Mental health, it matters most, so come in close and raise a toast to the ones who fight each day, to the silent words they never say. You're strong, you're seen, you're truly heard. We got your back, you got our word. Oh, take CJ and Jester, talking truth and pressure. Every Tuesday, 10 to noon, holding space just for you. Take the take your time. We're here for tonight. Take time. CJ and Jester bring you home. We laugh, we cry, we share the ride. No judgment here, just love and light. You've got a place right here to stay. So take 5 and heal today. Take 5 with CJ and Jess.
Good morning, good morning, good morning to the Take Life family. Good morning to Grenada. Welcome to another program for today, Tuesday, 29th July 2025. Good morning to you, Jester.
Good morning to you, Roy, and good morning to the listeners and viewers of Take 5. It's a pleasure to be here for yet another Tuesday. Final Tuesday of July.
Yes. Yes. Let us start our program by sending out our good mornings. Good morning to Marlon Klein, Kathleen Harry Douglas, Bernie, Coffee in the Morning, Daphne Dayton family, the Hill Street family, the Gleam family, Olavachi, MP, Lorna Bain in Toronto, Mary in Toronto, Junior, Alban Harris, the Duchess, Donna Sandy, Mr. Slag, Kenro, Mona, Bandy, Pat Pear and family, William Pear, SBW, Buddy in the Truck, Kathleen Ledlow, Joycelyn Noel, Antonia Francois, Young Song, the crew under the cashew tree, Caller, Sharon, Mama B, Aito, Bushies, Chubby, Anne Bernard, and Radio Man, and Wendy in Maryland. Wendy and Shenny in Maryland. Good morning to you.
Good morning to Gordon Bushes Richardson, Winter John, Alistair Aitobua, and most never fall coming.
Good morning to you. Good morning. We're good. We're good.
Yes, good morning to Jester.
Good morning to you.
And how is you?
I'm good. Thank God I'm all right.
Yeah, just call Chris.
Yes. Go ahead.
God, I give you thanks, I give you praise, I glorify you. Thank you for putting us to bed. Thank you for waking us up, especially those who lucky to see the morning rising sun. Father, this all Lord, I stretch my hands to thee, Lord, I have I know but you. And if thou should draw yourself from us, it's our Lord, where thou shalt go. But I bring the country before you, remember, give me that courage to keep him at me. But I bring the whole world in your hand this morning. Let your country and give all the children a pick down our blessed Lord. I bring the Prime Minister before you, Lord. I bring him members before you, our blessed Spirit. We bring the opposition possible before you. Oh God, and our Father, I can through one of these things, our Lord. Father, guide and protect, bless us, thou be so pleased. I bring the entire force before you, Lord. Reach out and touch each and every police this our Lord. Those on duty and those out of duty. I bring the FSU, I bring the RRU. When in a time like now, you know, the road is rough and the road is tough for them. But with you, Jesus, I know they couldn't make it. Father, every share this our Lord. Father, guide them and protect them, Lord. Father God, they allow we brothers and sisters, they allow we children this our Lord. Look over each and every one of them. We can afflict one. We will not tell them. Those who may not come to what I want to deliver and touch every one of them. Those prepare themselves for the operation table, Lord, remember them and with them. You remember them, and when they're about to come back, please, Jesus, bring them back. Father God, remember the free. Father, young and tender plant, I bring them before you. Father, some are sons, some are servants, some are last love we have. But remember each and every one of them pass bed to bed, pass what to what this our blessed Lord. Remember the youth of the land, Father God, have mercy on them. Father, wait wherever they see them crossing, Lord, be in the midst of them. Let them be hammer of love to bring them with burning heart. Father God, remember the youth in a time like now. You know, Satan rampant, Lord, but oh God and our Father, you say the Lord is my light and my salvation, and whom shall I fear? Remember them, Jesus. Take each and every one in charge. Father God, you know everything about the youth with our Lord. Oh God, sudden death and destruction. Father, young and tender plant. Oh God, with our blessed Lord. Remember them. Don't allow them to walk with shame and disgrace. Don't allow them to walk with death, so Allah. But my God, King, bring each and every one to them to bring them before you and to them up them and free. Bind them together like one glass thing that cannot be broken. Remember them as our I just man, Lord, God and my King, take everyone in charge with those to please. I just try to decide with the say, one Father which art in heaven, holy be thy name, thy kingdom come. There will be done on earth as in heaven. Give us the days of our daily bread and forgive us our trespasses. As we forgive those who trespass against us, and lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from all evil. For thy is the kingdom, the power, and the glory forever and ever. Amen. And amen. Lord.
Amen.
Amen.
Have a good day.
So,
What's wrong?
and we hope
Uh,
you can give your contribution to the program. This this topic is a very interesting one. I think you'll have lots to say.
Yes, most definitely. I expect to call him back.
Guys, no, we're going now. I just already finished. I'm just sitting on the hour.
No, all right. Send it up about that. All right.
So,
Yes.
good morning to CJ checking in from Toronto. Good morning to Caitlin Hallie Douglas. She's saying good morning to Jester and to the Take By family.
Who's in that?
Caitlin.
Yes, I saw a couple of days. Hardworking lady, very hardworking lady in there.
She's saying good morning to CJ all the way in Toronto.
Yeah, Caitlin now is a farmer. Yeah, she produces well.
Yeah. You were in the process.
Still got everything going on.
But yeah, Jester saying.
I mean, we benefit as much as Claire does. She will not do that. She will be able to back up on that.
I've been taking no classes.
Well, gosh, well, so we can
The weekend was uh, a busy one for me.
Yeah.
Yes, I had a couple of events over the weekend. First, I had activity at the church where we had anniversary celebration as an anniversary.
Church, what church do you go to?
Bible Holiness, Victoria Bible Holiness Church.
Victoria.
Yes.
Yeah, there are so many churches now.
Yes. So we normally have a online Zoom platform where we prayer intercessors prayer platform.
Yeah, okay.
So we celebrated 2 years. So we had a meet and greet because the platform started with our local organization, but then it extended to persons in the diaspora, persons in Trinidad. We have persons from Antigua, St. Lucia. So the platform has gone interdenominational. So we had the event where we meet people for the first time. Yeah, we met people for the first time. We interacted on the platform, but we never saw one another physically. So that is something we did on.
So that was an opportunity.
Right.
All right.
Yes, and then the afternoon period, we had the junior Sokam Monacan Progress Bar.
Oh, so you were there?
Yeah.
Okay. Yes.
Well, yeah.
One of them traditional mass that was held in your parish.
I saw, well, while passing through, I saw the turnout. It was a very, very great turnout.
Yes, I think a lot of people do look forward to the traditional mass.
Yeah, a great turnout.
These days, you know, and I thought that things went well. Yeah, really and truly. But as you said, you made mention of the junior Soca Monarch. Yeah, I was, in fact, I was a judge on the judging panel for that competition. Yeah.
And based on comments that was made, it was biased.
That's you see that's in the opinion of some people. But you know what was interesting? So some people from Nate's camp felt that they should have won. Some people from Zero's camp felt that they should have won. Well, of course, Sheikh One ended up winning. But if Sheikh One did not win, then I guess as much as you have the other way around. You have people from his camp that felt that they should have won. But that should always be when judging is always a subjective issue, really and truly. It really is, you know. It's never easy to satisfy everybody at the same time based on results.
Yeah.
And that's how it would always be, no matter what.
One thing I had a great objection with is the results. When it was time to give the results, it was a children event, right? I think the MCs they prolonged the giving of the results because you have to remember it's a kids event, right?
Yeah.
Children activity, and the children have to go home at a certain time.
Yeah.
And you're prolonging up to what time did we left up there? About minutes to 2.
Mm-hmm.
And it's around the same time you give the results. And then later on, we want to come on the street and say, you know, it's like children, that child didn't reach home, and this child stray, and this child went that direction, or what. And I think we could do better. Because at the end of the day, even though you want to build the hype, right? You have the results. You have to think about your audience.
Yeah.
You know, so I think that's something they could work on.
Let me tell you something. Maybe long into the past, the results, the total scores, right, of the results, maybe in the past, maybe 20, 25 years ago, that might have been so. But now, with the advancement of technology and everything, before I note, the final results are available.
Right.
You know, and I have to really take some time off here too, because I was accused. It's just so foolish, really foolish, and that some people they ought not to be thinking really and truly. That I was accused of changing the scores, which is just So laughable. Tell you what happens, right? When you judge him, stay upon when I judge it right. And you have very little time because you have to be able to do the styling within about 45 seconds. You should be able to give up that hand of that score sheet. That cheese in the back of you or the side, wherever they may be, please. They are the ones, right, that will collect the score sheets, right? Their role is to overlook the score sheets and to ensure that no mistake has been made. So let's say the title of the track must be what it should be.
Right, there's a clear.
Right? So anything that you as a judge does not have correct there, they will put it into you. If you have to make a correction, then you make the correction and then you finish it. All right? So if you want, for example, this is the figures, right? And when you add, you did not have the correct addition, right? You didn't get the correct total. It's the figures you have because they are the ones verifying that. They will bring it back to you. You'll check it over, and when you have the correct total, then you'll have to scratch out the previous total that you have, put in the correct total, and then you initial.
Right.
The other ones now, these codes into the computer. So that's why when as soon as the last start is finished, you just call everybody comes around, you know, person yourself, and then the scores are being added. You sign off on that on the document, and then it's been placed in that seal approval on the website. Yes, of course. For the weekend, I was there and somebody called me and they said, "There's nothing. You're not happening on social media." I said, "Well, yeah." They said, "My picture was put up where they take a picture where I was looking at the computer screen. And that picture they took, right? That was long after the final score went in a sealed envelope. Judges, if one or two colleagues had already left the judging book, they took my tutor, they went to the washroom, myself went to the washroom, and when he came back, the thing that the score was still on the screen. So I went and I leaned over and looked at it so that I could have kind of memorized some of the scores attached to the artists. And I think that's when they took me and said, "That's why I went back to school and I judge." So I was sitting there with an attaché, not even a judge. So it's just it's just so laughing. Yeah, so but what I did, one time I took it and I thought I thought the other play on with it. I sent it to Robert Robertson, who is my attorney. And then he was in a Zoom meeting and after he got back to me, even when I was busy still and when he read through it, realized there can be a case from it. So he asked me what I want to do. I am still contemplating, but I think what I'll do, I'll give the person an opportunity to make a public apology. Yeah. If not, I will ask him to proceed with legal proceeding with legal matters. No, I don't think I do that. Just, you gotta be careful.
Yes, yes.
You don't just do this kind of thing in such a way. Yeah, so
Based on observation on a lot of comments on the artists' profiles, right?
Yeah.
I think the public they've gone crazy because the kind of comments they're making under the artists, and they don't. And it takes a lot for somebody to go out and perform and to bring that kind of energy and that level of performance, and for people to just beat them down with words.
You know what? You know what is also so disappointing here because remember, these artists, right? They have a very bright future ahead of them, right? And at this stage, we the actors are based on utterances. We start creating the visions already. I want to know that among of youths, in that area. You really don't need that.
You know what I'm impressed with during the junior sophomore. Nate, he made a comment that Even if he didn't win,
right.
it could positively impact one person.
Exactly.
Be good enough for you.
Yeah, he was really good. He was good for first. I remember that's his first time competing. Yeah, that's his first time. I must say hats off to Nate with that sort of performance. I think all artists give a wonderful account of themselves. Very, and I was looking forward for Nate to even take part in the opening over Super Monarch itself. Yeah, I thought he could have reached very far. But, for whatever reason, he did not take part. I believe he's on a really, really pathway of doing great things in the future. As his name states, Nick the Great. But that's after all the artists. And I think artists, our adults, including parents and, guardians and hosts, people to them, we need to conduct ourselves in a much better way. We really need to think before we make certain statements and, things really and truly. Yeah.
Okay. So, just a bit when I say when the corner ready, you will get.
Yes, you can change I wouldn't share.
Good morning to you, Lorna. Lorna being Chance the Gamer. And Mary in Toronto. Mary Ulabachi. Good morning. Good morning to you. So let us take a quick commercial break and then we'll dive right into our program. Just stay with us as we take a quick commercial break.
One local supermarket where you can purchase all your grocery and household items at the same time? Well, look further. Smart Buy SA Dolphin and Company Limited, located at the top of the town on Main Street, St. Patrick, is the ideal spot. They're open Sunday to Sunday from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Mondays to Fridays, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. on Saturdays, 8:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. on Sundays, just for your convenience. Call them today on 442-9219. That number again, 442-9219. We're shopping snacks at Snack Buy. Welcome to Take 5, your mental health program with CJ and Jester. With CJ and Jester.
Services, we offer digitally calibrated machines, resurfacing engine heads, general machinery. Show us your pattern and we'll make it with precision machines. At Sugar's Repair Services, we satisfy your needs. Just ask and it will be done. Call us at 473-418.
For more information, contact We Noise TV at 929-445-4463. Or you can email us at wenoisetv@gmail.com. We Noise TV, the leading streaming provider. Anytime, anywhere, any screen. Access to your favorite HD contents with prices as low as ever. Choose from monthly, quarterly, or yearly payments. This worldwide service is flexible for you to keep up with all your favorite programs, shows, movies, and local programming from home no matter where you travel to. Worldwide TV channels right at your fingertips wherever you are. Latest in live sports, binge watch all your favorite TV shows, movies on demand, videos on demand. You can pause, rewind, fast forward anytime. Never miss 1 minute in entertainment important to you. No contracts, no added prices for sports or premium packages. We certainly don't have to pull tricks like cable and satellite companies. Our product speaks for itself and beyond. We Noise TV. We have everything like Netflix, Disney, Amazon. Watch your favorite movies, TV shows, and series with our services. With our service, you will get rid of all other subscriptions. For more information, contact We Noise TV at 929-445-4463, or you can email us at wenoisetv@gmail.com.
Are you looking for that one local supermarket where you can purchase all your grocery and household items at the same time? Well, look no further. Smart Buy SA Belfin and Company Limited, located at the top of the town on Main Street Hotel St. Patrick, is the ideal spot. They're open Sunday to Sunday from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m., Mondays to Fridays, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. on Saturdays, and 8:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. on Sundays, just for your convenience. Call them today on 442-9219. That number again, 442-9219. We're shopping snacks, snack bar. Welcome to Take 5, your mental health program with CJ and Jester. With CJ and Jester.
Well, we go to the event with the to monitor, so and so. You know what? Listen,
Okay.
well,
No, I'm just telling you live, just
life.
yeah.
Well, why you didn't have us life?
Transition. And yes.
To your life.
Right. And we are back. So
So let's welcome back to our listeners and viewers of Take 5. It's a pleasure to have you all in your company. Taking time off, we do appreciate that from your busy schedule, your mid-morning schedule. You know, sometimes we probably might decide to turn off a pot and, you know, it's just, you're going to have to do some cleaning out below the house and, decide to, forfeit that in the meantime just to hear the program. What sacrifice you are making time-wise to listen to this program, it's a huge, huge appreciation on our part here. So,
let us go straight into our topic. And our topic for this morning is what we didn't know growing up. and how it affects us mentally. What we didn't know growing up and how it affects us mentally.
What we didn't know growing up. Ah,
Yeah,
there is a lot of things that people wouldn't know growing up, especially if you're speaking, in, let's say the era, of the 60s, the 70s, you know. Well, my era certainly was within the 70s, you know. I don't know for you, you might be probably the 80s, 90s, I'm not sure. You know, the 70s. Because information was not as spent as now, you know. Almost anything somebody want to find out, you know, it's that fingertip.
right, yeah.
Fingertip, you know. And that was not the situation in growing up back then, you know. There were certain things that your parents and grandparents even was to right for me. So for example, a child might ask their mother, how did I come into this world?
Yeah.
And they'll give off at the story, all kind of wealth kind of thing.
Yeah.
You know, they come from some tree or some plane drop.
Yeah.
There's some stories you would have heard instead of educating the child and letting that child know exactly what the process was. Feel being here, of that child being here, you know. I think it is somewhat have gone past that stage, you know, parents tend to be a little bit more within this dispensation. And quite rightly so, that's the correct thing to do, you know. So you can blindfold children. Yeah, that's so.
So let us start the program by asking the question: what is different about growing up today than when you were a child? What is different about growing up today than when you were a child?
Yeah, well, it's a whole lot of difference. Now, for example, right? Children that are growing up today, they are more confined within
Yes.
the walls
Right.
of their home because of the gadgets.
Right. Technology.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Except for those when the time come that one plays sports, some of them involved in, yeah, but some of them will just do that and then fall right back into the gadgets, you know. Unlike my time, like you see around now, so in growing up, man, I actually start roaming already. Growing up before, we will go to a place they call Sami, where you have lots of mango. And then the man named George Noel used to be in charge of that place up there, a piece of land. Or we will go across the river in Mr. Charles, a land where you have a number of oranges and ugly fruits and the Calcutta mango. We'll just, and then we'll be bathing in the sea. Sometimes we cook, we play hide and seek, marbles, stones. We were just outside, you know. It's quite different though, to get a thing, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sure. Do all kind of crazy stuff, you know. A lot of crazy stuff is to be taking place, a lot of chances. Sometimes when I look back on the day, some of the things we're involved in doing as children, I tell the God have a special, you know, he does really protect his children, honestly. Because the dangers that are surrounding what we used to be doing, man, it's just crazy. And you know, like, that's how we used to do that. You know, for example, we'll go across the river, up what I call the roses, you know, shopping the point because during them days you're looking at a lot of tiny movies and you have showering and so and you're shipping that to a thin point and while some what the community center is now. It used to be different. It was rebuilt. So you used to call it the old school. It had a roof. It was kind of low. So you used to go up on top there. And then we had some in the past, someone took many penalty to experience.
It's not certain things, no. You showing a child, no. It's like some, like, they had maybe this different flowers, right? You used to use before. I asked him, you know what I thought? Back then he had a little flower. We used to
Discuss.
put it on your nose, and then kind of.
Yes, I discussed that I was noted for that. Or still, so was that is
It's like, and then he had one that we used to do like cockfights. It's like a white flower, and the other like a yellow stem, right?
Yeah.
And we used to use it for cockfight. And if you give a child until now, they still watching that.
Yes, they don't do it now.
Yeah.
Okay, so.
I will start by saying that children of my generation were more resourceful. They could take disappointment better and were more patient and also more physically fit. Children today are smarter and grow up much faster. They have more fragile emotions and are not quite attempt to social situations.
I don't know if it's smarter or the privilege to information and knowledge that was somewhat denied of us, or we did not have that privilege too, because as I said, the information now is much more readily available.
Right.
I can argue that we need just smarter.
Right? I think in that instance, they're probably looking at a young child, maybe an infant, navigating probably a cell phone or a tablet, and so forth. Probably that is the instance where they're looking at a child being smarter. Yes.
But maybe it's along that lines, they depend, like in terms of a child now might be able to, at an older age, maybe to, deal with these gadgets and then
Right.
the computer and, so, yeah.
Childhood is a magical time, but its essence has shifted dramatically over the years.
Yeah. Do you have a phone?
Good morning. Good morning. Hello? You have to call back because we're not hearing that call out. Yeah, that was not to call back. So, yeah. The simple pleasures of yesteryear's long afternoons, playing outdoors, unstructured adventures, and imaginative games have been replaced by screen time, scheduled activities, and a vastly different way of growing up. The differences in childhood now compared to the past are striking. The differences, they are striking, particularly when we explore how children spend their time to socialize and play. Let's take a closer look at how childhood has evolved, highlighting the contrast between the open air freedom of the past and the digital heavy reality of today. So, over time then versus now. The past, a few decades ago, childhood revolved around the great outdoors. Kids spent hours riding bikes, climbing trees, and playing sports with friends. Neighborhoods were alive with the songs of laughter, and the parents didn't think twice about letting kids' room until dinner time. And I so that is true.
Which are to repeat.
A few decades ago, childhood revolved around the great outdoors. Kids spent hours riding bikes, climbing trees, and playing sports with friends. The neighborhoods were alive with the sounds of laughter, and parents didn't think twice about letting kids roam until dinner time. That part, the part to the end is not so true because we had some kids had to do what they have to do home before they got a chance to go out and play.
Oh, yes.
And everything had to be done. The floor had to be polished. What you had to do in your house
Yeah, you have to.
before.
Even when you have to go to school, there are certain quota of work that you have to do daily.
Mm.
On a morning time, especially before you go to school. It's not like some children now, right now in bed up to 10, 11, and when they get up, they maybe just brush their teeth, sit up,
It's
back in the air, like that,
breakfast.
and look at the television or back to the gadgets. And
Yeah, that's wow. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
Very good. I'm good.
Good morning, Jester.
yes, good morning, yes, good morning.
Mm.
If I hear so much, yeah. He said it was benefit.
What did he say?
It was benefit from Pitlin Harry Douglas more than him.
Uh, is that what a line stop?
What did he say?
You're benefiting from Harry Douglas more than him.
Holly
When-
Douglas is my sister-in-law.
When she has have a produce, you're benefiting more than
Uh-huh. Let me make it clear. Holly Douglas is my sister-in-law.
Oh, yeah?
So I'm allowed to benefit. Yes, and one more lessons after that. When I'm with me that afternoon. Listen. Um, Jester, Roy was saying, I have to be careful which name I call because last week you almost killed me for saying about plan B and backup plan. So I have to be careful who last said what. So you were talking about um children have to play and they go and play and they come back till dinner time and stuff like that. In that in that instance, if a child was really good at sports, or he loves sports, or he loves something, our parents did not used to really help us to enhance what we love because as you said, well, we have to clean, we have to cook, we have to go tie the sheep, we have to go get water, we have to get everything. So that kind of took away from what it is a child really knew and how the parents enhance it. Like Jester's son is in football, he loves sports and I know he loves football. And a couple times he get picked to go to different countries and play. Now Jester knowing what he knows now, he's going to help his child hone that so that he can be the best he can be in what he loves. When we are growing up, even though we say we like netball or we say, and the team is going out somewhere to play, if we had work to do, our parents wouldn't let us go because we didn't finish doing the housework that they ask us to do or they expect of us to do. So we lost that. And I'm happy to see that as we grew into technology or we grew into knowing more in knowledge, a lot of us as parents will benefit from helping the children to hone their skills in whatever it is that they have to do because it's a downfall for us. And I know perfectly myself that there are things that I loved when I was growing up. And because I didn't get the support to do it, I didn't do it. And in my late life, I'm a late bloomer. I'm doing the things, I'm starting to do the things that I love. It may be a bit late for some things that I want to do, but I know I'm heading in some sort of direction towards. So I think parents out there now, if you are listening to this program or somebody that has a child that has potential, help them to hone their skills and let them be the best that they can be because it's going to benefit you in the end as well as that child. Because take for example, there is used to have sports in St. George's and stuff like that. And I used to ask to go, and no, you're not going. No reason why I will not go, but I'm not going.
Right.
Okay? But they don't even know if I love running or if I love anything else. And maybe that was going to help me to give me a boost to do what it is that I want to do. And a lot of children have gone through this with parents and grandparents because again, maybe they didn't know what it is that sports was going to be a big thing that people make millions doing sports. They didn't know that. So they really taught us what they knew, but their parents still that's not learning. That if the child is good at that, to support them and give them the all the support that they can.
True. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, that's an important point that you really touched on there because I think in our time, because yeah, players are older than me, yes, but the generalities are only same kind of era and growing up there generally. And when we had people before when sending the children to school, you either had to forward to be a doctor, is that a teacher,
Mhm.
lawyer, yeah. You know, if you're not prepared to enter into one of these profession is like you turn out to be a
Yeah.
you know, that's what it used to be back then. Yeah, but
Yeah, that's
seeing the diversity of life, different professions, especially in the vocational field or technical field.
Right.
mhm.
You don't talk to some technical people. It's your product. You have to talk about next year might be doctor in the
Yeah.
education, you might, but there are some people in the technical field,
Right.
and you could continue. Oh, that's you joking.
Yeah. That's true.
Yeah. But just without cutting across, Roy, that is sitting right across from you, has a son that loves fishing. He loves, I'm telling you, he loves fishing. And I said to her, he could be the best fisherman known to mankind. People might look at fishing as like a in the dirt kind of job, but we need the fish to eat. Everybody's thinking about eating healthy and stuff like that. So if he goes fishing and he comes back with fish, people is going to buy it, and we're going to live healthier. But people look down on a profession like fishing. But when you think of it, when the marine part of it, when you see, if you look at television as I do sometimes, and you see people out in the ocean and the fish that they catch and all kinds of things, there's sports or fishing, sport or sport fishing. And if you, like I always say, if you love what you do, it is never a job because you are very passionate about what you do. So I always say to Roya, how is medical fisher friend doing? You know, because I know if he gets a chance and rather know the where he goes, if she look out her veranda, which you can see, she will see him in the ocean on a beach because that's what he loves. So as parents, I keep saying we have to help our kids, let me say not kids, or children hone the skills that we see that they are gravitating to and not tell them, oh, you're going to scan to school for 5 years, you get all that, and this is what you come doing.
Right.
This is what the person loves. Help them.
The funny thing is that, right? Some of these people in the profession, which you just make mention from as an example, or as a farmer, but Claire, there's something. Some of the people that are making the most money in this country are farmers and fishermen.
There's a
People in
yeah,
dwelling
especially
sugar, to divers and those who live in around and things. What is chicken? The lobster.
that can be issue around
Anyway,
exam profession.
I'm gonna hang up. I'm gonna hang up because me want to make a call.
It's not in a nice way.
Yeah, like see, I think it's management. Management has a lot to do with these professions, like fishing and so forth. They don't manage properly,
Yeah.
so that's normally their downfall.
What to encourage is that you go to school at least to acquire basic education.
Right.
We must improve upon
Yes.
we want you to just, grow up not attending school and getting that basic education. You need that. In any field that you want, you need that. You understand? So you will have some sense as to how to manage your affairs. To want to be a professor or so, have a degree or so. But you need that basic education so that you can find yourself and you feel that you don't think it's suited for you. And we as parents, as clearly making the point that we need to give support to our children in whatever field we see they are excelling in.
Yes.
Also, with that is not something that is illegal. You understand? Why not?
Yeah. William Broadcast 107.5 FM. He's saying well said. So today, modern childhood sees far less outdoor play. And according to studies, children today spend less than half the time outdoors compared to children a generation ago. Busy schedules, safety concerns, and the pull of the digital entertainment have contributed to this shift. The differences in childhood now compared to the past in terms of outdoor time are stark. Where once children might have explored woods or built forts, many now experience nature through curated trips of structured activities. So, for instance, now we have summer school, and if we don't, most of the children, if they didn't attend, they're not attending some type of summer school, they won't be outside. They'll probably be home on their tablet. That's the only time they get to go out and see nature based on field trips and so forth. You know? Free play, a lost art.
Before continuing that, what they're actually saying in short, the two, because children had the opportunity to be more on the outside before. As a result, children was much more creative,
Sure.
as a result.
Yeah.
They what is around them within the environment and create more.
Right. Take that to be some board and take up with some wheel from
something it's structure anymore. It's a card. That's in the house and that's then spinning top.
Right. So you don't even know what that thing look like. So free play, a lost art. In the past, free play was a cornerstone of childhood in the past. Children created their own games, they invented rules, and they worked through conflicts independently. And these moments fostered creativity, problem solving skills, and resilience. But today, childhood is often filled with organized sports, lessons, and structured playdates. While these activities have their benefits, they leave little room for unstructured, imaginative play. And the differences in childhood now compared to the past are evident in the way children engage with their world. The freedom to create and explore on their own has been replaced by schedules and supervision. So it's like everything, if you're frightened, you have to look over that child. And back then, children were free to fall, ride a bicycle, learn how to ride a bicycle and fall, and get bruised. And it's like right now, everything is like pampered.
Yes.
You don't want that child. I want a child to get a bruise. And it's like these things back then, probably, I guess it toughened a lot of us and make us, like stronger to face a lot.
Yeah, that's a very important point. Children now, like children of the past, among some that were you something among these are things that are but
so the number to call is 404-1189. Call to make your contribution. We look forward to your contributions. You can leave a message via our chat or online chat on YouTube. So the number to call is 404-1189 to call to make your contribution. The screen time revolution. In the past, for children, screens were limited to Saturday morning cartoons and occasional family movie nights. Entertainment came in the form of books, board games, card games, dominoes and and simply play outside.
Yeah.
Hide and seek.
Certain games to have you thinking, you know. Yeah.
Yeah. But today, screen dominates.
You're so correct about this. Yeah.
Screen dominates from smartphones to tablets to video games. And on average, children spend over 7 hours a day on screens, which has profoundly changed how they interact with their surroundings and their peers.
So true. So true.
The differences in childhood now compared to the past are perhaps most obvious in this area. While technology offers incredible learning opportunities, it can also lead to sedimentary lifestyles, shorter attention spans, and reduced face-to-face interactions.
That's correct. You know, sometimes they right behind the curtain there and I imagine for the kids. They use their phones. You know?
Well, the thing about it is a child, you're speaking to a child on a tablet, and you're speaking to a child, and the child just and the child when you move away from that child, and you go back, you mean the child in the same position, right? And the child even hear nothing you see.
Let me know something. I have a classical example or a typical example of what you just making mention of. I'm coming into the studio here. Your son and your daughter was the one sits in the veranda, your daughter sits in the veranda. So when I said, small something, he heard me. And then they say, my daughter, which is now, she didn't know if she didn't hear nothing. But she's inside stuff. She was saying, there's something that's passing in the things when stuff on it. Except she. So I feel
Yeah. It's like they lost. They not, the tablet is like there's life. It's like it's like a different world, you know? Social connections is another one. In the past, friendships were forged through shared experiences. Playing tag in the park or hide and seek.
Yes.
Trading cards or simply hanging out. Social bonds were often rooted in face-to-face interactions and a sense of neighborhood camaraderie. But today, while children still form meaningful relationships, much of their socializing happens online. And that's so true. When children meet one another these days, you're on IG. What's your Facebook name?
That's the summer language of
That's yeah? Send me your IG. You know, and them kind of thing. Children today, texting, video calls,
yeah.
social media have replaced the playground meetups of yesteryear.
So true, yes. So true.
They meet on social media more than they meet they meet face to face. And if it wasn't for school, some is like everything gone. If they didn't have to meet in school on a day-to-day basis, then socializing, face to face, everything gone down the drain.
This one I'm just so lost when they introduce gadgets and them is just so amazing. You know, this one they will see the parents calling them when they're playing that game. Right? And they know they would not dare answer phone.
And just what they normally do, they put the device on do not disturb. So the phone is ringing, but the call is not disturbing them from whatever they're doing. Do not disturb.
They don't care for that. Reason? I told you, I don't really go on last time for that, you know.
Yes, we have another call. Hello, Paula.
Good morning. Me
Morning.
again. And you know what's sad about what you just read? It starts off at that young age where they are on their tablets, there's video call, there's whatever. But it also goes into adulthood because I've seen people go to restaurants, say like, I don't want to use him, but say Jester and I go for dinner. I- I'm using it sparingly. So Jester and I go to dinner. Jester and I at the same table for crying out loud. I am on my phone and Jester is on his phone. So, I see it happen all the time and I'm wondering, well, why are they together at dinner? Because it's something where you go and you converse with each other. It could be just about anything at all. I'm not hearing you, so don't so they could converse about anything, the weather, what they're doing in their life and so forth. Everybody head is done on the phone. You ride in the subway. I ride the subway as I come back here going to different places. And I'm saying, if a gunman come on the train, I might be the only one that see the gunman coming. Because everybody and their brother is in their phone, their face down, they lost to what's going on around them. And then you see some of them, somebody just jump. When somebody come and stand in front of them on the train, you see they just jump because they were so engrossed in what they're looking at or what they're listening to that and it's a dangerous thing. It's a dangerous thing, sorry, because you hear they always saying pay attention to what is going on around you so that you would not miss the important things. But our importance right now is looking at our phones and everything like that. So we don't even pay attention to what's going on around. And that's when we get lost in translation. So we as parents, even though the children have tablets and so, we as parents have to give them the amount of time that they are allowed to be on it without spoiling it. Because, at the end of the day, everybody going to be wearing glasses. The doctors are going to make good money on carpal tunnel syndrome because the way the thumb goes with the speed and everything like that, it's a hand to eye coordination. When we were teaching, we used to say hand to eye coordination. That is a joke compared to what is going on with the children these days because their fingers, whatever is their fingers, their thumbs. If you look at somebody sending a text these days, the thumb is going faster than lightning. This is what they used to send messages and so the thumb at the end of the day, the doctor is going to be putting a lot of cast on a lot of thumbs in the not too distant future. And the optometrists and the ophthalmologists, they're going to be making a lot of money because it's glasses, because the amount of time we spend staring at a screen and it's not at work on that phone, it is amazing.
I'm telling you. The rule is not come already. Or she's gone. She's gone. In fact, maybe if I have to organize a social event or so, to ask everyone to find in the vehicle, don't enter with your phone. This is just very
Yeah, that's true. Very, very true. Because you get so so bad. I've witnessed like with my niece. She and her mom is in the same house, different room, and she would text her. She would text her and tell her whatever.
cause them to be lazy.
Yeah,
Oh, boy.
yeah, it's a lot. So the differences in childhood now compared to the past highlights a shift in how children connect. Digital communication is efficient but lacks the depth and spontaneity of an in-person interaction. So what I'm saying here is to get an honest reaction from somebody, it's best to get it face to face than in person. And a lot of people, a lot of us hide behind texting and giving our true emotion. Because some of you may be upset about something. And, it's like, if me and you sitting face to face and we're talking face to face, you might see my facial reaction. But behind a text or so,
Yeah.
you might make my face 20 times, 50 times.
Yeah,
and
no.
before you really
not just facial expression, but tonal quality.
Right.
Is also very important in that you don't know the tonal quality of the person something when you get
Of the response.
yes.
Yeah. Yeah, that's yeah. Parental involvement. In the past, parents gave children a lot of independence. I say that's
Because they have a lot of independence.
well,
Something really was things what you see with also
to guide and support. They were there to guide and support, but children were often left to figure things out on their own.
well,
Some
yes. Somewhat. Yes, some instances.
parenting today is far more hands-on, with a focus on safety, achievement, and structured environments. While this approach stems from good intentions, it can sometimes limit a child's ability to develop self-reliance.
Yeah. So the point you were making earlier, and like children are left to figure out things on their own. So, for example, um, listening some of my peers um, of the past, like ladies in particular, how they had to deal with the menstruation cycle, and some of the parents weren't open to them as to and being realistic as to how to deal with this situation, you know. That's one of the typical example with regard to what we are speaking of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They have to learn that on their own.
Yeah. Well, how more realistic with
Education.
education master what? Yes, I guess you could have avoided quite a lot of maybe unwanted pregnancy and all that sort of stuff. No, because it's to tell the truth about it. What was the fear? I don't know. They just have that deep fear.
Yes, and then speaking in parables, it's like the child is what are they talking about?
So,
It's like they hiding. Some things concerning like the child, they would hide and they were speaking in patois. And
yeah, and even there was phone coming with certain information. I don't know. That's how they were looking at it back then. Ah, boy.
what were they really protecting?
Huh?
And what were they really protecting?
I don't know. I really don't know. Maybe that's how something we kind of, I can't blame them.
Because that's how they knew.
Yeah, that's that's how they were treated. So they feel that's just the way to continue.
True.
Yeah.
So the difference in childhood now compared to the past reflects a broader cultural shift toward hyper-awareness and overprotection, which can impact a child's confidence and decision-making skills. Mental health and stress. In the past, childhood in the past was often seen as carefree, with fewer pressures and expectations. Children had the space to grow and learn at their own pace. But today, modern children face stress from a young age with academic pressures, social comparisons on social media, and constant stimulation of digital life. These challenges have contributed to a rise in childhood anxiety and depression. And the differences in childhood now compared to the past reminds us of the importance of giving children the tools to navigate these stressors while preserving their joy and curiosity.
That is they have it right on point there. And nowadays you have some parents because they want the child to excel so much academically.
Right, they put so much pressure.
Some of these children have been placed under tremendous pressure.
I'm sure, yeah.
They can't have time for themselves to have their little jolly own way. Because remember, it's a child. You know, you have to allow your children that little free space to for that sort of growth in within their own self. All right, and you can always have to put that them under that kind of pressure. It's like you want them to live inside of a textbook. No, no. Because some children, sometimes you hear of some children expressing like you think they would want to commit suicide and all sorts of things.
Yeah.
When there's a pressure, you know, and all because
Stations.
yeah.
Yeah. And then you see the thing about it is some parents they put so much pressure on the children. It's like they they set their expectations so high. If my child they do this, then that will happen. Or you punish them, you give them so much extreme punishment. Even if the child didn't excel and you see a little improvement, that's just enough to encourage that child to do better, to excel.
That's a very serious thing. Parents, you have to know how to balance that equation. You have to know. There are some little functions in the villages, so you're not going to let your child go. You, in some instances, you need to allow them their free time. That's, you see, in so doing, right? They will be able to learn to defend themselves and it's often locked up if you have to in a glass this. You reach a certain age, they will be very vulnerable from not being exposed to certain conditions. And right? Because of those conditions now, which we can from new to, it will be very easy for them to become vulnerable.
Yeah.
Because I've seen it, I've known certain instances.
And they take chances because sometimes you, a child is home, right? You're not educating the child, you just have the child home. When the child go out, the child want to experiment. And that is another problem again.
Yes, and then after 1 year, you realize it comes like shockwaves. It's like, oh, is that and that person child might be a person of how esteemed within society, wants some position. And you hear that the child being got involved in certain pleasant things.
Yeah.
And focus up, you know, coming from such.
Yes, and it happens. Sometimes it happens just once. That one sometime you choose to just let the child out. That is when the child get into some deep trouble, deep problem, or something like that.
So, yeah, parents, I urge you, you have to know how to balance this equation with your child. You don't always want to have your child locked up like you have in a glass case and putting so much pressure on them to deliver because you probably don't want them to have some degree later on and you start putting so much pressure on them. They can achieve whatever they have to achieve, you know. Instead, you know, but you don't have to have them under so much tremendous pressure that it will cause them to become frustrated.
Yeah.
And in some instances, you know, it can happen to some children as a result of that become very rebellious.
Yes.
In some instances, they become very rebellious and resentful towards the parents. So you have to be careful.
So here are some lessons we can take forward. While we can't turn back the clock, we can draw inspiration from the past to create a balanced childhood experience for today's children. One, we need to encourage outdoor activity, adventures, and limit screen time. We need to prioritize free play alongside structured activities. So even though you have a planned program for them, let them read and give them a little freedom. Let them do things on their own. We need to foster genuine face-to-face connections. We need to emphasize the importance of rest, relaxation, and fun. By blending the best of both worlds, we can help children develop a rich, fulfilling childhood that meets the challenges of the modern world. Let us take a quick commercial break and we'll be right back.
At Sugar's Repair Services, we offer digitally calibrated machines, resurfacing engine heads, general machinery. Show us your pattern and we'll make it with precision machines. At Sugar's Repair Services, we satisfy your needs. Just ask and it will be done. Call us at 473 418.
For more information, contact
45.
WeNoise TV at 929-445-4463, or you can email us at wenoisetv@gmail.com. WeNoise TV, the leading streaming provider. Anytime, anywhere, any screen. Access to your favorite HD contents with prices as low as ever. Choose from monthly, quarterly, or yearly payments. This worldwide service is flexible for you to keep up with all your favorite programs, shows, movies, and local programming from home no matter where you travel to. Worldwide TV channels right at your fingertips wherever you are. Latest in live sports, binge watch all your favorite TV shows, movies on demand, videos on demand. You can pause, rewind, fast forward anytime. Never miss 1 minute in entertainment important to you. No contracts, no added prices for sports or premium packages. We certainly don't have to pull tricks like cable and satellite companies. Our product speaks for itself and beyond. WeNoise TV. We have everything like Netflix, Disney, Amazon. Watch your favorite movies, TV shows, and series with our services. With our service, you will get rid of all other subscriptions. For more information, contact WeNoise TV at 929-445-4463, or you can email us at wenoisetv@gmail.com.
Are you looking for that one local supermarket where you can purchase all your grocery and household items at the same time? Well, look no further. Smart Buy SA Belford and Company Limited, located at the top of the town on Main Street, Hotel St. Patrick, is the ideal spot. They're open Sunday to Sunday from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Mondays to Fridays, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. on Saturdays, 8:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. on Sundays, just for your convenience. Call them today on 442-9219. That number again, 442-9219. We're shopping snacks at Snack Buy. Welcome to Take 5, your mental health program with CJ and Jester. With CJ and Jester.
And we are back. So, growing up, many individuals experience a disconnect between their understanding of mental health and the realities of mental health challenges, particularly during adolescence. And this lack of awareness can lead to a range of mental health impacts, including increased anxiety, depression, and social isolation, especially when facing difficult or traumatic experiences. Furthermore, the rapid brain reorganization and social pressures of adolescence can exacerbate these issues, highlighting the importance of understanding and addressing mental health needs early on. So let us take a more detailed look at the mental impact of not knowing about mental health while growing up. One, lack of understanding and awareness. Delayed recognition. Many individuals may not realize they are struggling with mental health issues until they reach adulthood or experience a significant crisis. This delay can stem from a lack of awareness about the symptoms of various mental health conditions or a belief that certain feelings are just parts of growing up. Stigma and shame. A lack of awareness can also lead to stigma and shame surrounding mental health issues, preventing individuals from seeking help or support. And this can be particularly true during adolescence, where peer pressure and social expectations can make it difficult to talk about vulnerable feelings. The impact on relationships. Individuals may struggle to form healthy relationships due to difficult understandings and expressing the emotions, or due to past experiences of trauma or neglect. This can lead to social isolation and further exacerbate mental health challenges. The role of adverse childhood experiences. It includes increased risk of adverse childhood experiences, such as abuse, neglect, or household dysfunction. And it can significantly increase the risk of developing mental health problems later in life. And these experiences can disrupt healthy brain development and create patterns of emotional dysregulations. It can have an impact on the neurobiology. Childhood trauma can alter the body's stress response system, leading to chronic activation of the stress hormone pathways and potentially contributing to anxiety, depression, and other mental health conditions. The long-term consequence, it has long-term consequences, and the effects of the ACEs, which are adverse childhood experiences, can be long-lasting impacting individuals' ability to form healthy relationships, cope with stress, and regulate their emotions. So the importance of early intervention. Promoting mental well-being. Early education and awareness about mental health can help individuals identify potential issues and seek help before they escalate. Building resilience. By understanding their own mental health, individuals can develop coping mechanisms and build resilience to navigate life's challenges. Reducing stigma. Have open conversations about mental health. This can help reduce stigma and create a more supportive environment for those who are struggling. The impact of social media and technology is the potential for harm. While social media can offer opportunities for connections, it can also expose individuals to negative messages, unrealistic expectations, and cyberbullying, which can negatively impact mental health. And this one is a big one. We speak about unrealistic expectations. We see on social media this content creator, and everybody wants to be like that particular person. They want to have so much comments and so much likes that they do whatever it takes to be like that particular person. Cyberbullying. Screen time and sleep. Excessive screen time can disrupt sleep patterns. It can increase anxiety and contribute to behavioral dysregulation. This one is self-explanatory. So let us look at things nobody tells us about growing up. It's a journey of twists and turns, peaks and valleys, mountains to climb and oceans to explore, good times and bad times, happy times and sad times. But always, life is a movement forward. No matter where you are on the journey, in some way you are continuing on. And that's what makes it so magnificent. What nobody ever tells you, though, when you are a wide-eyed child, are all the little things that comes along with growing up. The things pull you down from your dreaming cloud and force you to plant your feet on the ground. One, most people are scared of imagination. They're disconnected with the inner child. They don't feel they are creative. They like things just the way they are. So people, in essence, what you're saying here is that they don't like change. That is how I know this particular thing, so I'm just going along with it. I'm not changing anything.
Many people are very reluctant to change because you've known it that one way for how many years, and you don't decide to change. Even if the change might be better, but they're not willing to take the risk of wanting to change. And that's a serious problem with us.
And that's a serious problem with the generational in our era compared to back then, because the older people, they normally say, it's like, that's what I know, that's what I grew up with, and that's what I know, and it didn't bother me back then, so it won't bother me now. That's what I'm going by. That's what I'm sticking to my ways, right? And they have to understand that we're in a different era. So certain times you have to make changes. You have to move on. Right? Your dreams doesn't really matter to anyone else. So nobody told us that your dream doesn't matter to anyone else. We have a comment here saying we are creatures of habits. We hate change, even if it will benefit us in the long run.
So I didn't clearly.
We are creatures of habits.
Yeah.
We hate change, even if it will benefit us in the long run.
That's true. That is so true. Right. Can we take a little break? I see a number really, really trying, pressing hard to reach me. I think that's a very crucial call that I must so take a little break here just so let me just attend to that. We don't usually do that here, but it's the urgency of the call, so too.
General machinery. Show us your pattern and we'll make it with precision machines. At Sugar's Repair Services, we satisfy your needs. Just ask and it will be done. Call us at 473 418.
For more information, contact We
45.
Noise TV at 929-445-4463, or you can email us at wenoisetv@gmail.com. We Noise TV, the leading streaming provider. Anytime, anywhere, any screen. Access to your favorite HD contents with prices as low as ever. Choose from monthly, quarterly, or yearly payments. This worldwide service is flexible for you to keep up with all your favorite programs, shows, movies, and local programming from home no matter where you travel to. Worldwide TV channels right at your fingertips wherever you are. Latest in live sports, binge watch all your favorite TV shows, movies on demand, videos on demand. You can pause, rewind, fast forward anytime. Never miss 1 minute in entertainment important to you. No contracts, no added prices for sports or premium packages. We certainly don't have to pull tricks like cable and satellite companies. Our product speaks for itself and beyond. We Noise TV. We have everything like Netflix, Disney, Amazon. Watch your favorite movies, TV shows, and series with our services. With our service, you will get rid of all other subscriptions. For more information, contact We Noise TV at 929-445-4463, or you can email us at wenoisetv@gmail.com.
Are you looking for that one little supermarket where you can purchase all your grocery and household items at the same time? Well, look no further. Smart Buy SA Dolphin and Company Limited, located at the top of the town on Main Street Hotel St. Patrick, is the ideal spot. They're open Sunday to Sunday from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Mondays to Fridays, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. on Saturdays, 8:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. on Sundays, just for your convenience. Call them today on 442-9219. That number again, 442-9219. We're shopping snacks at Snack Buy. Welcome to Take 5, your mental health program with CJ and Jester. With CJ and Jester.
services, we offer digitally calibrated machines, resurfacing engine heads, general machinery. Show us your pattern and we'll make it with precision machines. At Sugar's Repair Services, we satisfy your needs. Just ask and it will be done. Call us at 473-418.
For more information, contact We Noise TV at 929-445-4463, or you can email us at wenoisetv@gmail.com. We Noise TV, the leading streaming provider. Anytime, anywhere, any screen. Access to your favorite HD content with prices as low as ever. Choose from monthly, quarterly, or yearly payments. This worldwide service is flexible for you to keep up with all your favorite programs, shows, movies, and local programming from home no matter where you travel to. Worldwide TV channels right at your fingertips wherever you are. Latest in live sports, binge watch all your favorite TV shows, movies on demand, videos on demand. You can pause, rewind, fast forward anytime. Never miss 1 minute in entertainment important to you. No contracts, no added prices for sports or premium packages. We certainly don't have to pull tricks like cable and satellite companies. Our product speaks for itself and beyond. We Noise TV. We have everything like Netflix, Disney, Amazon. Watch your favorite movies, TV shows, and series with our services.
Okay. Okay. And we are back. Your dreams does not really matter to anyone else. Some people might take interest. Some may support you in your quest. But at the end of the day, nobody really cares or will ever care about your dream as much as you. Gonna say that again. Your dream does not really matter to anyone else. Some people might take interest. Some may support you in your quest. But at the end of the day, nobody cares or will ever care about your dream as much as you.
All right.
Friends are relative to where you are in your life. Most friends only stay for a period of time, usually in reference to your current interest. But when you move on or your priorities change, so too do the majority of your friends. And when growing up, nobody really tells us these things. Your potential increases with age. As people get older, they tend to think that they can do less and less, when in reality, they should be able to do more and more because they have had the time to soak up more knowledge. Being great at something is a daily habit. You aren't just born that way. So being great is a habit. You weren't just born that way. Spontaneity is a sister of creativity. If all you do is follow the same exact routine every day, you will never leave yourself open to moments of sudden discovery. Do you remember how spontaneous you were as a child? Anything could happen at any moment.
Mhm.
These days, like, we're afraid to take chances. We're afraid to take risks. We're not free-spirited as when we were growing up.
That's true. That's why I made earlier on, I made mention of some of the things we used to do in growing up. And as you look back now, it's frightening. Basically, what I used to be involved in doing as a youngster growing up. Yeah. Because you realize the danger now, you're thinking, what will I ever attempt to do such again if things were to reverse and come right back?
Imagine, simply imagine when you had the swing. You tie the swing on a tree,
Yeah.
right? And that person are pushing you going so high.
Yeah.
And I said, hey, next time is
Yeah.
what if?
And then sometimes look at the condition of the room. Sometimes it's all kind of join up pieces and all. Oh gosh. Telling you what the harsh realities of life used to be back then as compared to now.
So they never told us you forget the value of touch later on. When was the last time you played in the rain? When was the last time you sat on a sidewalk and looked closely at the cracks, the rocks, the dirt, the one weed growing between the concrete and the grass nearby? Do that again. You will feel so connected to the playfulness of life. We are so busy. We don't even have time to just sit down and probably just gaze.
But if they've never had an opportunity of doing it, how do you feel it?
Never call. Hi, good morning, caller.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you guys doing? Jester and Ryan, how are you doing? This is a first time caller, but always listening, always listening.
Yes.
Good to hear you.
Thank you very much.
All right. This is a very, very important topic that you guys have chosen this morning. And the reason is because the way I look at it, this is a whole change in the ballgame for the future of the world.
Sure.
And the future of the world are basically the children of the world, right?
Yes.
S- s- So what I'm saying is that I don't know if how many of you saw this YouTube video. It's called the digital prison. All right.
The digital
It
prison.
seems as if there are, yes, digital prison. When you get a chance, have a look at it on YouTube.
Just imagine what you do. Just remember.
Yes. So I don't know if you notice that the way we think these days, when I say the way we think, adults, well, I know that Naroyan is a bit on the younger side because I know for sure I'm older than her. Jester is older than me, I know for sure. All right. So I'm somewhere in the middle.
Right.
But the way we think is not the way our children think right now. And it is because of the digital construct that the society has on us. Now, the people who own these technology and these software, like Mark Zuckerberg and them from Google, and they have the Facebook, they create Facebook and they create all this social media. Listen to the word, social media. Our social media, Jester and Ryan, back in the day, was pitching marble, skipping rope, going down by the river and taking down in the basin.
Yes.
Yes.
That was our social media.
Yes.
Such a construct. Now, if you realize they are depleting the way that our children think. Now, the hypothalamus is the part of the frontal lobe of your brain that basically distinguishes whether you're an adult or not, because it tells you how a child could reason, how a child could think. If you ask a child back in the 80s, 90s a question, they would give you a straight up answer. Right now, a child in these times right now we're living in, hold on, mommy, let me check ChatGPT. Yes. Or this kind of thing. So somebody was saying a while ago, somebody was saying a while ago about patois. Ryan was saying long ago, parents used to talk patois not to let us understand what's going on. Well, right now is the opposite thing, Them children talking digital patois,
Sure.
because sometimes when my children speak, they speaking in letters now and not words, Just the time to come that our grandchildren, when you walk in the kitchen and you say good morning, they will say GM.
And that's already.
Yes.
That's already.
Yeah.
It started already.
Yes.
Now, if you notice that there's because of the way the world is. You realize it's not old people are going that is in university and thing nowadays. Eh? When I say old people these days in your 40 and your older, 40-year-old. Before people in the 40s and they still getting a degree. Because children are so exposed to the digital scene right now, they are not exposed to basically humanitarian skill, companionship. So how we used to court and run away and go by the girlfriend in the next village over there, the boyfriend used to run and go up in Sotters and either you meeting the wife or something. These days, children meeting companionship on the media.
True.
My son plays games with let me put up my fingers in quotes, friends. What do you think his friends are them for? Not Grenada, you know. One in Puerto Rico, one in Miami, one and they playing game and they're laughing.
Speaking, yeah,
and
speaking to each other.
Ryan, when you I'm not sure of your situation, but let's say a girl child grew up and has to meet a man or a son has to meet a daughter somebody else's daughter. How they quoting? How is that good? That is why I said go and look at digital prison.
Yes.
I think that the way the world is going right now, listen, I'm not a believer in conspiracy theory, but I do believe in this new world order business. There is going to come a time when it's going to be full control of everybody one way. It's either you're in or you're out.
Oh, yeah.
And the digital lifestyle right now is setting up this world for that system. All right. I mean, yes, you were saying something just now?
Oh, no, I thought you were about to end. I was just about to tell you thank you so very much for your very valuable contribution, man. And you see, you're a first timer, so I certainly not thinking that you have to continue.
All right. Well, thank you so much and have a blessed day all.
Yes, that's very valuable contribution. Thank you so much. I mean, we're just speaking from where one of the times that he moved them. He talked about that these days that when you ask children a question, they rely on this year to answer. Remember, in our time, you know, we mention that within our time, we were trained to try to make quick responses. Because in my time, when growing up in the classroom, at times you saw have a session which you call mental ability. Yeah. And that's where the line up classrooms. And the principal back then was spending a rather short stint at that time around he was Mr. Robinson. And he will come and ask you a question and this is the key. Sometimes you have to be so shy.
So when we had the multiplication of the tables, on the table, oh, we had to be on the bar.
On the board, you know. But nowadays, I think it's a bit different. So children, they could go and rely on this piece of gadget here to answer questions. It was true to be focused before that. So it's not making a difference. So the last time I made the observation in 3.
He was really on point.
Maybe it was but yes.
So, most people don't do what they love. And it's true. The masses are not the ones who live the lives they dream of living. And the reason is because they didn't fight hard enough. They didn't make it happen for themselves. And the older you get, the more you look around, the easier it becomes to believe that you will end up the same. Don't fall for the trap. What they didn't tell us about growing up, many stop reading after college. Ask someone you know the last good book they read. And I'll bet you most of them respond with, wow, I haven't read a book in a long time. What they didn't tell us growing up is people talk more than they listen. There's nothing more ridiculous to me than hearing two people talk at each other. Neither one listening, but waiting for the other to stop talk so they can start up again. They didn't tell us that creativity takes practice. We have a caller. Good morning.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Jester.
Good morning to that very familiar voice. Personally, not very familiar voice. Good morning.
Good morning. So I just wanted to connect number 1 and number 8 because number 1 says that most people are scared of imagination. And then the number 8 that you just read said many stop reading after college. So how do you build your imagination? And one of the best way to build your imagination is to read.
True.
And I heard programs recently in Grenada that children are not reading. So parents have to make the atmosphere in the home and get books and encourage the children to read, because the more we read, the better we can build and expand our knowledge, and we can even think and visualize what we're reading. So this increases, it helps us to practice imagination by letting the words that we are reading, because it's describing a certain scene, and in our eyes while we're reading, we'll be able to see that and picture that scene. So it has to start at an early age where parents encourage children to read. I remember I came home one year and my nephew, and I was asking him, have you read these books? Because I love to read it while I was growing up. Famous Five, Secret Seven, Nancy Drew, and he didn't even know about those books. I went to the bookstore in St. George's to try to get the books to get him to read. I could hardly find the books. So I think we've moved away from these books that were available for children while they were growing up. So I think it's the best way. We have to encourage them to read. So that's my contribution. Have a good day.
You speak on books, right? But we have to speak about the physical books, because right now technology have the books on the tablet and the phone, just the same. So if we're trying to take them away from screen time, then
the physical book, it was a physical book, but maybe we could get them back too. If you want to get them away from the being on the tablet and being on the phone all the time, I mean, I don't know. I don't know what the situation is in Grenada right now with books, but I know even here I go to lots of stores and there are lots of books physically available. So we could still encourage them to read.
I don't know what I'm talking about here. I know is it's much so I don't know.
That's a technology have improved. We have
people from
I'm contribution of product. Thanks a lot.
Okay. Good day.
Yes, that's one. Correct. And going back to books, back then, right? Governments in the past would have seen it fit. Maybe that might have been part of the deal, but I know, and I'm wondering if that still happens. First of all, in school, there's a library section in your school. I wonder if that is still happening. I do not know in this modern day and age. I'm not sure if the school maintains a library section of the school.
Schools have the schools have library, but however, right? On the government level, they are going paperless. No, right?
So it means that you're in the computer, like in the lab.
Everything is paper. They go paperless. So if you go paperless at the top,
I don't like that way.
they continue at the bottom.
No. You don't need to visit.
Anyway, let's continue. We have about 5 minutes.
Good libraries, for example, in certain it should be just a raw way. When you come in the Tucson, it's very street. It's very common when you come from High Street and you start going on Salisbury Street on the right hand side. That's it. They like to speak first.
That's right here.
It's right. Right. It's just information clarity on that side. So and I know in Grenville there used to be one right in the heart of Grenville town. So,
Yeah, I remember when I was studies, I was using encyclopedia. Encyclopedia.
just
But I was like,
book on non-reader.
and I was like, Google. Everything's Google.
Nah. Well, let's go on.
Creativity takes practice, and it's funny how much we as a society praise and value creativity, and yet seem to do as much as we can to prohibit and control creative expression unless it is in some way profitable. If you want to keep your creative muscle pumped and active, you have to practice it on your own. They didn't tell us that success is a relative term. As kids or children, I like to use the word kids, as children, we're taught to reach for success. What does that really mean? Success to one person could mean the opposite for someone else. Define your own success. That is so true.
Yeah, yeah.
So what worked for you might not work for me.
Yeah, so,
define your own success.
as they say, one man's meat is another's poison.
Right. They didn't tell us that you can't change your parents. So a sad and difficult truth to face as you get older, you can't change your parents. They are who they are, whether they approve of what you do or not. At some point, it no longer matters. Love them well and leave the rest at the door. So no matter how they treat you, you just love them for bringing you into the world. They didn't tell us that growing up, the only person you have to face in the morning is yourself. When you're younger, it feels like you have to please the entire world. You don't. Do what makes you happy and create the life you want to live for yourself. You'll see someone you truly love staring back at you every morning if you can do that. So if you can look at yourself in the morning and reflect, you will see somebody who truly loves you. That person is you. They didn't tell us that nothing feels as good as something you do from the heart. So no amount of money or achievement or external validation will ever take the place of what you do out of pure love. Follow your heart and the rest will follow. They didn't tell us that your potential, we have another caller. Good morning, caller.
Hey, I know you're almost at the end of the program, but you see the paragraph that you just read? The only person you have to face in the morning is yourself. I think they're speaking to me. Because I'm telling you, I always say, yeah, you can love everybody else, but you have to love yourself first. Because if you don't love yourself first, you would not have the love to love anybody else. And whether, people like you or not, that is not your care. Build a bridge and let them jump over it. Because, at the end of the day, whatever you do in your life, you're the one that has to face the music by yourself. So I think that one is really, really important. The only person you have to face in the morning is yourself, because no one else looks in the mirror in the morning but you. And if you see your face with all the wax in your eye and the dribble on your mouth, that is your face you see it. You have to fix it at the end of the day as you go along. But thank you so much. It was a wonderful, wonderful program today.
Okay. Thank you for your contribution. So let us your purpose is to be you. That's as a wrap up. Your purpose is to be you. What is the meaning of life? To be you, all of you, always in everything you do. Whatever that means to you, you are your own creator. You are your own evolving masterpiece. Growing up is a realization that you are both the sculpture and the sculptor. the painter and the portrait. Paint yourself however you wish. And in conclusion, growing up without a clear understanding of mental health can have significant and lasting impact on an individual's well-being. Early education, awareness campaigns, and supportive environments are crucial for promoting mental health and preventing the negative consequences of delayed or untreated mental health challenges. And we want to say thank you so much for joining us today. We look forward to having you next Tuesday on another program on Take Five. We thank all those who joined in today, those who contributed, who commented. We thank you. We say thank you to Williams Broadcast 107.5 FM. Thank you to Kathleen Ledlow, Mary Olivachi, Chance the Gamer, Mary Lana Bain, CJ. Thank you for your contributions. And we say have a good day and enjoy the rest of the week.
Let me take the opportunity to also say thank you to all the community fans of the Take Five Mental Health Show. It was a pleasure indeed being in your company. My name, once again, Jester. You should be very familiar with it by now. Join us Tuesday, God's will. I have another interesting topic for you on this Take Five Mental Health Show. So I'm out of here, folks.
Oh, wake up, it's a brand new day. Got some things I need to say. Feeling heavy, you're not alone. Come take five, you're in the zone. Voices come, hearts that care. Two good friends always there. Let the sunlight in your mind. Peace and hope you're sure to find. I'll take CJ and Jess.